What's good with you people? Louthewritersports back with you once again. Hope everybody taking care of themselves, staying safe, and basically living their lives. All right, let's get it started. Okay, it's been a big news in the NFL today. Derrick Henry is done for the season with a foot injury. Von Miller got traded to the Rams. Um, Tennessee signed Adrian Peterson to their practice squad, meaning they're gonna move up and have him be probably the starting running back for the whole season. Um, Jameis Wilson is out for the season with a knee injury. It's just a whole lot of big news for all these NFL teams. Like injuries are taking effect with the help of the teams and the way the divisions are being played. Like right now, all I can say about the Tennessee situation is a whole lot of people who had Derrick Henry on their fantasy team are really pissed off right now because they needed Derrick Henry not only for his point, not only for their points, but to win their fantasy team lead. Like I don't know if you can draft AP at the last minute. I don't know what AP still got left in the tank. He is 36 years old, and he probably still does keep in good shape, but but no team didn't sign him because they don't think he can play running back no more. So whatever if Tennessee plans to give him like 25, 30 carries a game, we just have to see. Now, what that does with Derrick Henry out, what that does for the AFC, it kind of changes things because Tennessee's been on a roll lately with free wins. They beat Buffalo, they beat Kansas City, they beat the Colts. Now you got to depend on the quarterback and the wide receivers to lead them down the road the whole way. And yes, it does change things. Like, does that mean the Colts are the favorite to win that division now, or Tennessee can still pull it out and win? Because if it wasn't for Carson Wentz doing that game for the Indianapolis Colts, maybe you have a different story with Tennessee and Indianapolis. Now, New Orleans Saints situation. Jameis Winston is out for the season with a torn ACL injury. Does that mean they're going to sign another quarterback and Cam Newton's out there? And Cam Newton was forced to go out there and get the jab when he didn't want to. If Sean Payton in the New Orleans Saints do take that risk with Cam Newton, is he starting quarterback or is it Trevor Siemian? Trevor Siemian starting quarterback. But it's got to see. Or do they say Pat and go with Trevor Siemian for the whole season? Because even though they beat Tampa Bay, you're gonna need a decent quarterback to be able to beat them in that division. You don't need a quarterback to win some games in the NFC South. Because now New Orleans is first place in that division. They got to try to hold on to that lead. They can't afford to be losing games. Because they will play the Buccaneers once again. And when they do play the Buccaneers, Buccaneers is going to have their full weapons on hand with AB, Grunt, and who knows their running back, because they think about trading one of their running backs to Baltimore. Like the whole lot of that, like speaking of trades, wow, like what about the Rams pulling off that trade? I did not see that trade coming. Von Miller, part of that Rams defense now. Like the Rams are pulling out all the stops. They know in the playoffs they're gonna have to face Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers, and they're gonna make sure clear that they can compete for a Super Bowl championship, because they feel like this is their best chance to win another Super Bowl. And I can't. And they have never won the Super Bowl as the Los Angeles Rams. Like they feel they got all the pieces to make it happen, and adding Von Miller to their defense give them a great advantage over Arizona, the 49ers, maybe even the Packers and the Buccaneers and the Saints. Because now you got not only got to worry about the D tackle, you got to worry about Von Miller coming on the end. People feel like after that Achilles injury, Von Miller did kind of slow down. Now that Von Miller is part of the Los Angeles Rams, where does Denver go from here from the defense? Do they go in the draft lock down a defensive end, or do they during the offseason sign somebody like Clowney or somebody else to take Von Miller's spot? Because that does free up a lot of money in the cap room area now, where they focus on trying to make the Denver Bronco defense locked down. So let me know what y'all think. What's the biggest news? Henry out with the season with the foot injury. Winston out for the season with a knee injury. Von Miller getting traded to the Rams. Or Tom Brady suffering his second loss of the season. Because if you look at that game the other day, that was on Tom Brady. He threw the pick. He threw the pick for 6. Like the worst thing probably happened in that game. The worst thing probably happened in that game for New Orleans was Cam Newton getting hurt. Or let me ask you this. Do you see Tennessee probably throwing the season? Probably throwing the season so they can get a better draft pick, or where they can be capable of drafting a running back? Because even though next year Derrick Henry will be back next year, and who knows what that foot gonna be like? Because if you ever had a foot injury, that can bother you for like a lot of months. Like, I know they signed the AP to their track practice squad, but I can see Tennessee probably think about going out and trading for a running back. For who? The team determined. I would not. So, plus, I want to talk about the Bengals real quick. It's funny how everybody was on that Bengal bandwagon. It's funny to me. But the Bengals did the same thing the Baltimore Ravens did last week. They did not take their opponents seriously. They thought, oh, this is an easy win. But the Jets, even though the backup came in there, played good enough to get their second win of the season. And I got to say, the Bengals, if you plan on winning that division, you can't be losing games like that to the Bengals. Seriously. Losing to the Bengals. Seriously. Bengals, you to lose to probably the second worst team in the NFL. That's embarrassing. And y'all should be ashamed of yourself. So, on the real. And let's talk about the Cleveland Browns real quick. The Cleveland freaking Browns. Okay. So I did not know what I was talking about when it came to Cleveland, right? I told y'all this is the contract year for Baker Mayfield. And you got to deal with Odell Beckham. You got to deal with uncertainty right now. Because I told everybody the best offensive player on that team is Nick Chubb, because he controls the offense with his running game. He been out, and look what happened. Now they are 4-5. If they lose 3 more games, they ain't going to the playoffs. I don't care if you go 9. But I always say this: if you lose 7 games, your playoff chances are done. They're under 500. They lost to the Pittsburgh Steelers. And let me see who they got next. Excuse me. So, dude. I can check that. Now the Browns and Bengals. Now you know that's gonna be a big game now. We got 2 teams who are desperate for a win, trying to prove they still good, they still proven ready. Now you got the Cleveland Browns who need this win badly because they cannot afford to go 4-6. Then you got the Bengals who need this win to prove that win against that loss against the Jets was a fluke. So you're going to have 2 different Brown team against the Bengal team who feel confident enough to go out there and beat the Browns. Division game, a division game that the Browns really need. And Congratulations to the Dallas Cowboys for going out there without Dak Prescott last night and pulling off that Minnesota Vikings win. That was very impressive with them. It's a win. Dallas really rightly deserves. Hey, if you go out there and win at the last minute, then you rightly deserve that win. So now Dallas got the Broncos next. That should be an easy win for them. Also, because I believe Dak will play that game. And after that, they got Kansas City, and nobody can. And I cannot wait to see that one. Excuse me. Okay. Now let's go through the witness update. Hold on real quick, people. I'm trying to take the divisions, standings. Okay, y'all still with me right here. All right, Buffalo is leading that division. They are 5-2 with the Patriots second, and the Jets third, and the Miami Dolphins fourth. Man, Miami Dolphins are 1-7. Okay, in the North Division, Baltimore and Cincinnati still tied for lead that division, but Baltimore is first, followed by Pittsburgh and Cleveland. In the South Division, Tennessee is first with 6-2 record, followed by the Indianapolis Colts, Jacksonville Jaguars, and Houston Texans. In the AFC West Division, the Las Vegas Raiders are first with a 5-2 record. Chargers are second with 4-3, Denver 4-4, and Kansas City 3-4. They may make a turnaround real soon. I see. Okay, now to the NFC. In the NFC East, the Dallas Cowboys is first in that division, 51, and followed by the Eagles, the Giants, and Washington Redskins, who are 2-6. In the North Division, the Green Bay Packers are in the lead, followed by the Minnesota Vikings, Chicago Bears, and Detroit Lions, who are 8-0, still have not won the game this whole season. Damn. In the NFC South Division, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, even though they lost yesterday, is first in that division, followed by New Orleans Saints, Carolina Panthers, and Atlanta Falcons. In the AFC West, the Arizona Cardinals and the St. Louis Rams are tied for first place in that division, followed by the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks. So the teams who should be topping that in their division right now are right now doing what they supposed to do in their division. Like things can change, even though Kansas City is 3-5 right now. They can still overtake teams in their division and win. Like you can't count Kansas City out because that offense can light you up real fast. And then playing the Giants tonight. I would not be surprised if they go out there and put up a 40 dub on the New York Giants. So I was hoping. So I just want to get my thoughts out about the whole Derrick Henry situation. I'm sorry that it happened to you. I'm sorry for all the fancy people who are going to be losing points and money on the Derrick Henry injury situation. Hopefully, AP Adrian Peterson can help lead y'all to not only win the division but deep in the playoff run. Other than that, thanks for supporting my show. Thanks for coming by, and thanks for staying strong with your boy. Other than that, peace.